I've always looked for a logical explanation first. Strange noises, old pipes, shadows, bad lighting. I believed everything had an explanation. At least, I used to. Years ago, working for a private security company, one of my regular assignments was patrolling an abandoned 5-story newspaper printing facility at 3 or 4 in the morning. Armed with a deggy stick to log my checkpoints, I walked the decaying, freezing concrete halls completely alone. Most of the building was just creepy. But the 3rd floor was different. As soon as you stepped away from the brightly lit stairwell, the corridor plunged into complete darkness, ending in an abandoned office filled with broken cubicles, and beyond that, the wide-open, doorless blackness of the restrooms. Every time I passed them, I felt deeply, personally watched. One night, something brushed the back of my neck. I spun around, found nothing, but every hair on my body stood up as I caught a dark shape moving near the bathrooms. Later that night, I mentioned the building to a guard who had worked there years earlier. Before I could even name the location, he interrupted. "The 3rd floor?" He told me a woman had jumped from a 3rd-floor window after her husband left her. Afterward, female workers refused to stay past 4, reporting whispers from the bathrooms and dark figures in their peripheral vision. He then dropped a chilling detail. One night, he shined his flashlight toward those same bathrooms and saw a tall black figure turn its head to look at him over his shoulder before he fled. The warning made every subsequent patrol pure torture. Frustrated one night, I yelled into the darkness, "If someone's here, make yourself known." Silence. I walked the full length of the hallway, scanned my checkpoint, and started back. As I passed the bathrooms, the temperature dropped instantly, like opening a giant freezer. Every instinct screamed, "Don't look," but I turned anyway. Standing a short distance away was a figure deeper than normal darkness. It was tall, with wild, frizzy hair, impossibly long arms, and fingers ending in claws. Desperate for a rational explanation, I called out, "Hello?" It didn't answer. Instead, without warning, it dropped onto all 4s and charged with violent, unnatural, crippled animal bursts of speed. Panic took over. I sprinted, slammed into the exit door, and stumbled outside. Looking back one last time, the hallway was empty, except for a steel support beam with an electrical breaker box whose metal door was swinging violently. Bang, bang, bang. Something heavy had just hit it. Quitting wasn't an option, so I adapted. I pumped music through headphones and sprinted through the 3rd floor without stopping. Weeks later, I stopped one final time, looked into the dark, and declared, "I'm done. If you're here, leave me alone." Whether it worked or the entity simply moved on, I never experienced it again. But to this day, I don't know what chased me down that hallway. I only know one thing. It felt real, and I've never believed it wanted to scare me. It wanted to catch me. At first, I honestly thought she was just acting strange. Looking back now, I wish that's all it had been. For 4 months, my girlfriend planned a trip to California for her grandmother's milestone birthday, likely their last chance to celebrate together. If you knew her, you knew how meticulously she prepared. By the week before her flight, she had already packed 5 full bags, brushing off my jokes with, "You can never be too careful." She mapped everything out and hated when things deviated from schedule. So when I woke up the morning of her flight and found her still lying beside me, I nearly had a heart attack. Her flight had left hours ago. I shook her awake. "You missed your flight!" Instead of panic, she let out a lazy groan and rolled over. "The flight? Honestly, it should be okay." Before I could respond, she closed her eyes and started snoring, something she had never done before. Figuring she had somehow coordinated with her family, I went to work. When I returned that evening, she was sitting on a television that wasn't even turned on. The moment I walked in, she snapped into a bright, hyper-cheerful demeanor, asking about my day. But something was deeply wrong. Every few minutes she zoned out, her speech slowed, and her reactions grew heavily delayed, all while maintaining an unblinking smile. When I asked if something happened with her grandmother, Her face went completely blank for a split second before the forced smile snapped back on. No, not that I know of. The following days grew darker. She refused to leave the house or eat any of the dinners I cooked. Yet late at night, I'd wake up to find the kitchen desecrated, cereal boxes ripped open, milk spilled, raw rice and beans scattered everywhere like something non-human had torn through the room. Worse still, her 5 packed suitcases had vanished completely. When I asked where her bags and toiletries went, she turned to me with completely hollow eyes and said, "Honey, you know that's none of your business," delivering it with an eerie, playful tone. She then refused to speak to me for 2 days, banishing me to the couch. The night before she was supposed to return from California, she let me back into the bed. Sometime past midnight, a violent crash woke me from the kitchen. I stepped into the hallway and heard it. Growling, wet chewing, and heavy breathing. The sounds of a wild animal devouring prey. As I crept toward the doorway, her voice suddenly cracked through the dark, filled with venomous, alien hatred. "Go back to bed." Paralyzed, I retreated to the bedroom. The second I closed the door, the sickening sounds of chewing resumed. I fell asleep eventually, and when I woke up, the house was entirely empty. I walked into the kitchen and froze. Blood covered the floor. Panic gripped me until I looked closer. It wasn't human blood, but raw packages of chicken, steak, and pork torn apart and consumed. Before my legs could give out beneath me, the front door unlocked. A bright, cheerful, completely normal voice echoed from the hallway. "Honey, I'm home. Can you help me with these bags? I have so much to tell you." So these were the stories from across the USA that were chilling and haunting enough. If you enjoyed today, you can also join my Patreon. Link is in the description. My name is the Cursed Owl. Stay safe out there.